Have you ever had that feeling? That lingering sense that someone, somewhere is watching you, even when you're alone? It creeps in during the quietest hours of the night, when the world is silent and the shadows seem to move on their own. We brush it off, call it paranoia. We convince ourselves that it's nothing, that we're safe in our homes, behind our locked doors. But sometimes, it's not just in your head. Sometimes the feeling is real. This is one of those stories. It's a true account, not born from imagination or fiction. It's about a young woman who followed every rule to stay safe. And still, the darkness found its way to her doorstep. What you're about to hear isn't just a story, it's a warning. Because what happened to her could happen to any of us. This story is based on true events that happened in southern Illinois in 2021. Her name was Erin. She was 27 years old, fresh out of a painful breakup. She moved into a small rented townhouse alone for the first time in her life. The neighborhood was quiet, suburban, trimmed hedges, wind chimes, and beige vinyl siding. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary, until she noticed her neighbor. He lived 3 doors down, tall, broad, mid-40s. He never smiled, never waved. Every night he just stood there, staring. At first, Erin brushed it off. Maybe insomnia, maybe a night owl. But there was something strange about him. He didn't move. He didn't check his phone. He just stood still. Then came the sounds. Around 2:37 a.m. one night, she woke to the sound of metal scraping against wood. Then silence. Moments later, footsteps, crunching gravel in her backyard. Slow, deliberate, not an animal, not the wind. She called 911. Police arrived in 10 minutes. They searched the area, found nothing, no footprints, no damage. They said it was probably a raccoon. But the next morning, she found a rock wedged under her backyard gate, positioned perfectly to keep the gate from locking shut. Someone had been there and planned to come back. 2 nights later, at exactly 2:14 a.m., she heard her back door handle turn, soft at first, then more aggressive. Someone was trying to open it. She crouched in the hallway, frozen in fear. Then, the motion light turned on. Through the blinds, she saw a tall shadow, standing still, watching. Police came again. This time they found footprints, leading directly to the door. But again, no entry, no crime. They said there was nothing they could do. So Erin installed cameras, one above the back door, one above the front. That night she didn't sleep. She watched the feed on her phone. At 2:23 a.m., motion was detected. A man entered the frame, black hoodie, gloves. He walked up to the door, looked directly into the camera, and smiled. A long, slow, stretched-out grin. Then he backed away, disappearing into the dark. She showed the footage to the police. They admitted it was disturbing, but still, there was nothing they could do. No break-in, no weapon, no investigation. She stayed at a hotel that night. When she returned the next morning, she found 4 muddy handprints on the glass door. Too high, too low, as if someone had crouched there and watched. That was enough. She packed her things, broke her lease, left the town behind. But just before leaving, she checked her mailbox one last time. Inside was a note, small, handwritten, crooked letters. It read, "The cops leave, but I don't." She never went back. A month later, a message appeared on her Facebook. It was from a girl named Kayla, the new tenant in Erin's old unit. Kayla's message read, "Hi, sorry to bother you. I think you used to live here. Did you ever see someone in a black hoodie around the backyard? I keep hearing footsteps at night, and last night, someone knocked on the glass door around 2 a.m. and just stood there." Erin never replied. Some say the man still lives on that quiet street in Illinois, still watching, still waiting. To this day, the man in the black hoodie has never been identified. No fingerprints, no official reports, no arrests, just silence and fear. The new tenant, Kayla, eventually moved out too, after just 3 weeks. She never explained why, but neighbors say she left in a hurry late one night without telling anyone. Some believe it's all coincidence. Others say it's a curse, but Erin knows the truth. She felt it, she lived it, and she's still haunted by the memory. If you're watching this now and you've ever felt watched, if you've ever dismissed a sound you couldn't explain, remember Erin's story. Sometimes the danger doesn't knock, sometimes it waits. Quiet, patient, right outside your window. Stay safe and stay aware. Because some shadows don't just pass in the night, they stay. But maybe the scariest part of this story is what it says about how alone we really are when things go wrong. She did everything right. She moved to a safe neighborhood, locked her doors, installed cameras, called the police, and still it wasn't enough. How many times have we ignored our instincts because someone told us we were overreacting? How many people suffer in silence because no one believes them until it's too late? Erin was lucky. She got away before something worse happened, but the fear never left her. It lingered in her bones, in the way she checks every door twice at night, in the way she avoids looking out windows after dark. There's something deeply terrifying about being watched. Not attacked, not chased, just watched. Because you don't know when or if that watching will turn into something worse. Some say it's better not to know, to keep the blinds closed, to forget what you think you saw. But the truth has a way of returning, especially when it's staring right at you from the shadows. Stay alert, listen to the sounds in the night. And if you ever feel something isn't right, don't wait. Because real horror doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it simply begins. And by the time you realize it, it's already too late. If you found this story disturbing, you're not alone. Many people have lived through moments of fear like this, but never speak about them. Sometimes it's the silence that makes these moments worse. The part where no one believes you, that's the real horror. That's why I created this channel, to share these stories, to give them a voice, and maybe to help someone out there feel less alone. If you've ever experienced something similar, or know someone who has, leave a comment below. I read every story, and who knows, your story might be next. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy these true horror tales. There's more darkness ahead, and you won't want to face it alone. See you in the next one. Stay safe.